who left office late last night, drew up a letter. He was like, you know what? I don't want to be a hindrance to the campaign. I got to go. I'm going to take full responsibility for this. Which, honestly, again, like I said last night, was smart. It's smart. He took he took everything. He took everything. And, well, the media still wants to blame Donald Trump. I'm going to bring in my co-host, Mr. Hutch Bailey Jr. on the line. What's up, Hutch?
Good evening, Mr. Dupree, and hello, everybody that's listening and watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, and let's talk a little bit about 24 hours worth of stuff. The media I watched the media talk to Sean Spicer this afternoon, and I've come to the conclusion they just don't listen. They don't listen. They don't listen to what is coming across the desk, Hutch. I mean, it's like no matter what Sean says, it's like they have closed off their ears to whatever he's going to say. And then when he finishes, then they ask him questions that he's already covered.
It's disgusting. The whole way the media covers these things, it's like they pounced on him. It's like, oh, we got to win. You know, I don't even really think that the whole thing warrants all this. When you look back at the media who refused to cover the Clinton Foundation and refused to cover real crimes, and then a short few months later, they turn on a guy like this for non-news. You know, it's beyond the pale, and I'm starting to think sinister things about how this happened too.
You said non-news. Talk to me a little bit, because I think you and I disagree on. I mean, we're still on the same page, but I think we disagree on some of this. So let the audience know what you mean by non-news.
North Korea launched a ballistic missile. There's things going on in the world that are. I got it that you covered a story, but every single question in that news conference, Wayne, was about it.
Right.
Every single one, 20 of them.
Right.
You know, that's the part I'm talking about. I'm not saying don't cover it.
Right.
It should be covered, but it should almost be covered in an administrative way. If it wasn't covered the way that they covered it, like a shark swimming around blood in the water, he probably wouldn't have had to resign. You know, unless, like I said last night, unless he did keep it from the vice president. But, you know, the thing to me, I agree with Spicer. I think that the story now is the leaks from inside the administration.
And we've been talking about that for the last couple of weeks. We've even said on this show, Mr. Trump, you have got to find those leaks. I don't care who it is. String them up, tar and feather them, shoot them, castrate them. I don't care, but there's some leaks. Or
I'll tell you who's behind this, in my opinion. John Brennan.
Brennan.
I thought he was gone. Political hack that was in charge of the CIA.
I thought he was gone.
He is gone, but this started a long time ago. This started back during the transition, if you remember. This just came to fruit now, but this started before President was even inaugurated. You know, when he was talking to Russia. How do they find that out? How do they know? Unless somebody in the agency or somebody in the Department of Justice or something, how do these civilian reporters find this stuff out? It's pretty scary when you think about it.
It is scary. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, as always, we start off the show to check our little sound system. And we usually take a call in first thing early first thing. So 786, you're on the line. What's up? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Florida.
What's your name?
Al.
Al?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What you calling in for, Al?
Yeah, I'm calling about the situation and something that I don't know we haven't spoken about is that this means that the Obama administration recorded the conversation between General Flynn, and they were sitting on this. I think they just got back. You know, they just it was kind of revenge because he was, you know, he was critical of the Obama administration, and Obama was just sitting on it because that conversation was back in, I think, December or November.
December, yeah.
And how did they know the content and everything? Who was recording the conversation?
Right.
And they say he was a normal a citizen. He wasn't able. He wasn't supposed to be talking about policy. General Flynn. So how can they target citizens and be spying on them and then use that as a weapon, to take them down?
Right. Hey, Al, thanks a lot for the call. Hutch, do they really know what he was talking about?
Oh, there's transcripts.
No, I'm talking about the media. Does the media really know what?
I don't know if the media knows, but I would imagine. Like the caller said, it had to be somebody in the Obama administration that authorized it, probably in the Department of Justice or the CIA. And just think about how critical he was of the CIA, and rightfully so, right. During the transition. And I smell a rat here, and I don't know that there's a whole lot of separation between the Democrat Party and the media. I think everything the Democrat Party knows, at least some in the media know it.
Right. Well, I mean, I was listening to that press conference, and there was a timeline that Sean gave, and the timeline basically said that when President Trump found out, he did an investigation into it, found out that Flynn wasn't trustworthy with the response, and asked for his resignation. So again, Flynn took it all upon himself. He walked out the door and took everything with him. And all of you out there that are getting really ticked off at the media, believe me, I understand your anger at the media. I do. And they're going to do this for the next 4 years. So you just need to sink in. Get some lemonade, get some chilled lemonade, get a box of Ritz crackers and whatnot, and cut some cheese up and sit down and watch them. Now, unless you take action. Now, I don't know what type of action what action would you take, Hutch, against the media?
Just what we're doing. Continue to do this. If you look at it, I think our analysis last night was so spot on that after 11 o'clock, I called you on the phone. Mm-hmm. Because I thought that it was right. We had it. We nailed it. Mm-hmm. And
it's not the first time either. It's not the first time. We have said stuff on this show, and then the next day, the change comes. I'm not saying that they're watching this, but whatever.
I think as far as everybody else, I'll give some advice. I mean, not just the media; it's everything. But you have to understand and tell your friends, you can't trust these people, man. You just cannot, in any way, shape, or form, trust the corporate media. When they called what yesterday's press conference, and they called on a local D.C. reporter and a reporter from the Daily Caller, the rest of the media went nuts on those people. Mm-hmm. They're afraid, they're scared, and they're right in line with the Uniparty, with the Republicans and the Republican establishment and the Democrat Party. So I think that you could be what I would do is to say something that Rush Limbaugh said years ago. Be the person in your circle that people come to for political information and advice, and tell those people, don't listen to the media anymore.
Don't listen to the media anymore. And just like Hutch said, and we have said on this show, you want to make the media, if you want to take down the media, then you have to become it, or you have to become the new version of the media, which means that you got to get out there. You got to get out there. You got to talk. You have to challenge them. I almost sound like the Rocky movie. You got to dog him. You got to challenge him. You got to do whatever you got to do to get him in that ring, Rocky Balboa. Kind of like that.
and you got to support the new media.
You got to
support Joe. Support us. This is what you got to do.
Yeah.
You notice there's no advertisers or anything. Nobody's telling us what to say.
And for those that are advertisers and you're watching this, we'll be glad to advertise your stuff. You just have to let us know. Same thing for Right Side Broadcasting Network. They need advertisers. I mean, some of you are sitting on top of a business. Talk to Right Side Broadcasting Network. Talk to them. See how you can expand your business with this proven success. It is proven, and that's just something I just thought that I would plug in there for my brother because I love him so much. 818, you calling in? What's up?
Thanks for the call. This is Tom calling from California.
Hey, Tom from California.
Just wanted to follow up on Al's comment. How in the heck does the FIFA court, the federal surveillance court, deny a warrant to those in the administration, Obama administration, but somehow, some way, our guy gets pinned for doing his job and setting the stage for what he's supposed to do? Come on, Wayne, put the pressure down. We cannot stand this.
Look. Sean said it best today, which should have knocked a whole lot of the media off his rocker, but they weren't listening to him. He was doing his job. He was doing his job. He was talking to his counterpart as the incoming national security advisor. Okay,
Wayne, you're doing a hell of a job here.
Thank you.
Keep up
Thank you,
the
Tom.
good work. We have got to have guys like you bringing the news and saying, "Hey, we cannot let Obama holdovers in our government sit down and illegally wiretap a U.S. citizen and use that evidence to destroy our movement." Right. This is BS. Somebody's got to stand up, hold up the flag, and you and Hutch keep up the good work. We're counting on you.
Thank you, Tom. Yeah. Again, the way that Sean said it, he was like, he was doing his job. He didn't get fired because of that. He got fired because of being untrustworthy. Somebody went after him, and even Flynn on the way out, from what I read, Flynn said that there were leaks. Somebody leaked what was going on. It's a dangerous thing. I said it 2 weeks ago. It's a dangerous thing when the Supreme Court thing came out. When the name came out earlier in the day, I was like, hey, wait a minute. Something's wrong. That name shouldn't have came out. And, when I looked at the website, and the website said White House source, I was like, golly, man, we got them again.
It's time to start firing some people.
You got to, man.
10 deep. The top 10 people that weren't elected, you're through, man. Here's $10,000. Hit it.
I said 10 deep. It's almost like that corn. I don't know if y'all know the story about corn that you see when you're traveling on the highway and you see these rows of corn. I didn't know about it until a couple years ago. But at least 10 to 12, even maybe 20 rows. The first 20 rows of corn. You ever notice there's no fence around that corn? Those corn stalks are just there. So you're like, why in the world would those, what's stopping people from pulling off on the side of the road and start getting some of that corn and loading it up in their cars? Because the first 20 rows are bad corn. They plant bad corn. All the good corn is like after the 20 rows.
Yeah, it's the kind they use to feed.
Yeah.
It's right. You can tell because the stalks are right next to each other. Mm-hmm. There's no room in between them. But nobody really knows that though. And that corn is allowed to stay there. Like Hutch said, 10 deep, fire them, start over again if you have to. We're only in the week 4. And like I was saying last night, Trump doesn't need this. Then you can do it for reasons of national security. You can't have these kind of leaks.
Nope.
What happens if something really serious we're talking about? What if we're talking about an attack or something like that? And all of a sudden, some hack at ABC News gets a hold of it? It's perfectly clear. One thing, there is a good side to this. One thing is apparent, and that is what Stephen Bannon said is true. The media is the opposition. They're not the press. They're the opposition. They are arrayed around this guy to destroy him.
Right. Right. I just saw somebody in the chat room say, "Don't worry, Trump is working through it." Let me explain something to you. Yeah, we can say that, and yeah, we want that. That's what we really want. We want Trump to work through it. We want him to do it. But Hutch, I haven't heard of any firings yet. Have you?
No, not really. But I think
this is the second major type of leak, because the first one that stuck in my mind was the Supreme Court, and now this one is a leak. So, what are you doing?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do also. We were spot on last night. I'm going to throw something out there tonight, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. The next guy that's going to get targeted, you're going to hear about Reince Priebus, but Reince Priebus is going to get targeted because of his job performance. The next guy you're going to see that they try to Flynn is going to be Stephen Bannon.
Well, they've been
just
trying
wait
that.
for that. That's coming next.
Yeah, they've been trying that big time.
Adolf Hitler Bannon's going to be the next one. But Priebus is the one that should be in charge of all this.
Right.
Priebus should be out in front of it. He should be the one that's making sure. See, what happened was one of the biggest problems with this whole administration so far has been that Priebus was supposed to make sure that Sessions got through before that travel ban hit, so that there would be a full Justice Department there to defend it. And he did not make that happen. And you had that, I can't even remember her name anymore. You had that temporary one from the Obama administration, and just it messed everything up. Mm-hmm. That's on Priebus 100%. He's done nothing right so far. And I hate to say that. I'm not trying to sit here and bash the administration, but
I'm also seeing reports of past secretaries of state that are saying that Priebus isn't doing his job, or he isn't doing it with the zeal that he's supposed to be doing it with.
Right. You got to be an attack dog.
Right. And I mean, we know he can be one. Well,
I don't know.
Sort of. He can sort of.
maybe in the volleyball locker room or something, But badminton comes to mind.
Come on, guys. Throw the ball. Yeah, come on, fellas. Throw the ball.
Can we get a little pressure? A little pressure, please. You need somebody like Rahm Emanuel. You need somebody like Chris Christie. Somebody that's brash and comes out screaming. And that's not right. Maybe it is. It's not the one I've seen. You look at the Republicans, and the Republicans, Trump's the first one that ever didn't back down. Mm-hmm. He's the first one that ever fought back, and the people around him too. That's Steve Miller, man. I like that guy.
Steve Miller has a dog streak in him. He doesn't look like he can fight, but you get him backed up in the corner, he's gonna rip your face off.
I saw him up there with George, and he's calling him out. George, now and you will not deny this. I was like, wow, man, I like this guy. Priebus was like, Stephanopoulos must have said 5 times, okay, I'd like to move on to something else now. He was killing him. And hopefully Trump did notice that, because he tweeted about it on Sunday afternoon. He said, man, great job. So that's good. That's a good sign. And again,
you know what needs to happen? Because you know what needs to happen, seriously? There needs to be a come to Jesus meeting.
Yeah.
There needs to be a come to Jesus meeting.
Yes, there does.
In the Oval Office, and you can record it if you want to. And Trump needs to be as much of Trump as he was on the campaign trail. He should go in there and he should say, look, mother fathers.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Nothing goes out unless I know about it. And that's the way it's going to be, period.
And I know when to use a rat. I know when to use a rat. Cheese and rice. This is something that has to be done.
It has to be. It has to be. We can't have it no more. Now, ought to be funny. He ought to put some black people in there, and then,
That works. put some Italians in there, too.
Yeah. Put some blacks and Italians in there, because the people in there just ain't cutting it. They ain't cutting it.
Now, I don't know how she got a name like Conway, but Kellyanne Conway's Italian, too.
They got some never-Trumpers in there, too.
Yeah, and I think that the real danger here is when you have people like Priebus in there, is the deputy chief of staff or the assistant. These people are the ones that are the plants.
Yeah.
Or the people that have been there already.
And look, I understand. If there's one thing that I wanted with a new administration is when you get into the White House, you don't go and get a whole lot of the people that have been in government jobs or been in past White Houses before, because that's what we've seen, right? We've
Absolutely.
seen people linger on from old White Houses. Man, yeah, man. I look. I was in the White House when Ford was in. I mean, that's something that I didn't want for Donald Trump and his administration. But the people that's in there right now, and I mean, I'm not talking about some of the staff. I'm talking about some of these people that was picked up from the GOP. I don't trust the GOP.
I don't either.
I don't trust the GOP. Period. I don't. I didn't leave the Democratic Party to join the GOP. I left the Democratic Party to become an independent conservative. Now, I vote with the Republicans because I won't vote for a Democrat ever again.
Did you know that Michael Flynn was a Democrat?
Yes, I was thinking about that today. No, well, look, I remember it was one of those things that some of the people on our side didn't trust him because he was a Democrat, okay? But if you look at the way that the Democrats are going after that Democrat, I'm telling you, man, Democrats don't care. They don't care about nothing.
No, you're right.
They don't care about nothing. They say that they tolerant. They say they love you. We want kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. They don't want no kumbaya. They want their ass whooped. That's what they want. We keep telling you on the show that they don't want to sit down.
No, they don't.
They don't want to sit down. They want to be knocked out. They want to be knocked out. And I know some of y'all are willing to oblige them. I know you are. I know you are. And one day you probably get your chance because they're going to roll up on your yard. Believe me, they're going to roll up on your yard. And then what you going to do? I tell you, rubber bullets.
Hollow points.
Rubber bullets.
Now think about these people that you were talking about that work in Washington. Now, somebody who takes a normal job. Now, I'm not talking about somebody who gets an appointment or, a real big job. I'm talking about the GS-12s and the GS-13, the people that work there, that live there. Who lives in the Washington, D.C. area? Washington, D.C. went 95% for Hillary Clinton. The place is full of leftists. It's time to clean house. It's time to start moving agencies. You're not going to get people, conservatives, that are going to put up with the kind of taxes and prices and expenses of the D.C. area. These people are leftists, most of them.
Yeah, leftists.
And that means all the staffs at all the agencies.
They don't want, they believe me, they don't want anything to do with us. They don't want anything to do with us. They don't want to know us. They don't want to sit down. Okay, so when most of us can get that through our thick skull, and instead of thinking, well, we can
defeat them. That's what we got to do. Yeah. Defeat them. No quarter. No prisoners, no quarter.
Exactly.
They're not going to sit down at the table and negotiate with us unless they're going to try to destroy us. Yep. Get it through your heads, Republicans. Yep. They don't call you the stupid party for nothing.
That's right. And I mean, you want truth? I give you truth. Democrats can take a loss. Democrats can take a loss. They might not be showing it right now, but they can take a loss. They've taken losses before. This one just hurt them. I mean, this one hurt them real bad.
Oh, they knew they won. They knew they won. We stole it off them. Ask them.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, all the things that they had in place, the George Soros machines, the media, I mean, all the stuff that they had in place, they knew they won. They knew they had it.
Absolutely.
And then when they blinked their eye, Donald Trump was like, Donald John Trump. And then they were like, oh, crap.
And they still don't believe it, some of them.
No, they don't. They were like, look, you remember that little girl? I'm going to kill somebody.
Oh, yeah.
I got to die. Give her a cyanide pill. Take her, let her go out of her misery, man. She ain't going to work. She ain't going to work. You know, and I was looking at this Geraldo thing the other day. Geraldo is stepped down from Yale from a volunteer spot. What a hero!
How about stepping down from Fox?
I know, yeah, right. He's stepping down from Yale because Yale is changing the name of a college because it was called Calhoun because Calhoun had something to do with slavery. So they're going to change the name of the college because some whippersnapper Muppet puppets are crying about, I can't go. I can't go to it because it's named Calhoun. You ain't going to go to it anyway. Y'all protesting day and night. You don't want to go to class. Y'all getting per diem by George Soros anyway. Whatever, man.
They sent him to Oakland, California, to study the Black Panthers. And they came back loving the Black Panthers, and now they want to praise them because it's Black History Month.
I'm serious, man.
Have no idea of history.
No.
You know, you compare the Black Panthers to the KKK, and they're almost identical.
What is it?
The KKK has a few more bodies, but not that many.
Black Lives Matter leader in Canada said I
didn't know there was black people in Canada.
Yeah,
myself.
I know. And she's leading the movement too. Said that white people need to die. White people need to die. And there's a black leader in Seattle who also says white people need to die.
Yeah, we just have what they say, we have birth defects or something. We're defective. We're a defective race. Whatever, man.
You got a little disease, you know.
I know one thing.
But but going back to that, all you little liberal snowflakes, they're going around saying no justice, no peace. Y'all little white kids, and y'all saying no justice, no peace, and y'all taking up. I mean, y'all acting like y'all black now. You no justice, no peace, and Black Lives Matter. And leave the black kids alone.
And my race sucks.
And I hate my race.
Are monsters.
And my great grandfather that was a slave owner beat me up for it. You know.
It's embarrassing. I saw a thing today that there's white students that are wearing white lapel pins.
For what?
To make sure they remember white privilege. Like, man, you should have went to my high school, man.
Y'all have been so bamboozled, man. And y'all and I guess the reason why I say this is said all that is to say this. Do y'all really think when it goes down, when everything goes down, which it might, but do you really think that you're gonna be saved? I mean, your color is going to give you away, period. I mean, I don't even care if you write Democrat across your forehead. You getting destroyed. I was getting ready to say something else. You getting destroyed. Look, you can't wash away your whiteness, liberals. You can't. And y'all, oh my God, y'all look so stupid. You do.
Oh, you do.
You do. You look so stupid. My white grandfather and my white mother, they were so privileged, and I'm privileged too. I've got to give my life back to a black person. So stupid.
And some of them, I mean, if you look back on our history as a country, white and black, but a lot of the people that have made it to the middle class, that's the people that are out there marching in the upper class. You go back a couple generations, and their ancestors were living about to 30, 35 years old because they were working in those steel mills and coal mines and things like that. There was no privilege.
No. Man, yeah. Y'all gullible, boy.
I'm telling you. It's terrible.
Sooner or later, y'all going to be working.
It's all because of them skinny jeans, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, it cuts out the circulation, man. Cuts out the circulation. Sooner or later, they all going to be working in black kitchens. The
next thing you know, they start putting their hair up in the bun. Did you see that?
I tell you this. When I start seeing them serve Black Lives Matter with answering them yes, sir, and no, sir, I'm done. I mean, I'm taking my camera out there, and I'm gonna I'm going to record that. I mean, because that one has to be recorded for history purposes. You hear me what I say? Because then the whole thing has been turned around, you know. These kids, I'm serious, these kids are stupid.
They are.
Not ignorant, stupid. There's a big difference.
And there's a lack of parenting there, too.
There is no parenting. The parenting, like I told Lorraine, the parenting these days, Hutch, are friends. They're friends. George, you going out tonight? No, woman, I'm hanging with my friend. Okay, George. And leave me alone. Okay, George. Mom, where's the mayonnaise? It's in the refrigerator, George. They're friends, man.
It's horrible.
They're friends. Look, when I was growing up, when my mom said jump, I didn't come down until she said come down. When my dad called my name, Wayne, I was there before he got finished saying Ain.
Well, I know my son took on a lot of college tuition debt. And he was riding in the car with me one day, and he said about, Dad, I think that Obama, going to forgive that college debt. That's awesome. I stopped the car. I pulled over. I was like, why? Hold on. You borrowed that money from that bank. Why would you screw that bank like that? That guy gave you the money on your signature. Needless to say, by the end of the conversation, he agreed with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you got to do those kind of things.
You got to.
You borrowed the money. I didn't.
Yep.
Why should my taxes pay back your loan?
Yeah. Yep.
But no, what parents do these days,
they
just pay for the tuition.
Some of them don't even see him.
Not the kid. I didn't pay for the tuition.
The kid goes and hangs out at the little masked friend's house, and they sit down waiting for their orders to which city did they go ransack. You seen Bobby? No, I haven't seen him for a couple of days, but he ain't got no black clothes in his drawer, so he must be going out with his friends again.
Unbelievable. Well, you know what? We talked about this before.
While she's at the top.
It's time to start cracking some heads.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
It's time to start cracking some doggone heads.
That's what I'm talking about. Look, if you old enough to want to punch somebody, you remember Gavin McGinnis said that they were punching at him, and then when they received the punches, they don't know how to fight.
No,
they think it's TV. They think it's the movies. They do. They really do. Like I said, these kids out here are stupid.
They are, and they haven't experienced any
nothing.
Now, they did a little bit of blowback here, but in Pittsburgh when they had the G20. But you know what they need to roll out?
What's that?
They need to roll out what Erdogan uses. They got these big trucks with these water cannons on them.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever seen them, but you could take out about 50 of them all at a time and break bones on every one of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It needs to be more expensive to go out and do that stuff.
I think so too. But I think one way to get past all this is you treat them like terrorists, cut off their funds, find out who they are, and
exactly.
cut their funds off, man. George Soros should have had his funds cut off a long time ago, but it seemed like the people in charge, the people up on the hill, they are afraid to do it. Even on our side, they're afraid to treat. Look, he's responsible for some of these terrorist actions. He is. Occupy Wall Street was him. You should have cut his funds off. Billionaire, he would have been hurting. We wouldn't be talking about this right now.
2 words: Jefferson Sessions.
Yeah, okay.
I would love to be in his office right now, just listening to what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I really would, because I believe sooner rather than later, some things are going to start happening. They have to. If I was in the administration, I'd be like, guys, man, we got to do something right now. We got to have something ready by tomorrow.
Right.
I mean, we got to change this narrative. And it looks like we're just sitting back.
James Mattis said about Flynn resignation, frankly, this has no impact.
And what you've got there is you've got the, it's a military thing. Yeah. Flynn was only a 3-star. he never made the real big club, Mattis club.
Mattis like, who?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who?
Exactly.
Next.
intelligence. How many times was he on the battlefield?
Yeah, next.
He's as good as Petraeus.
Oh, Lord. 210, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, this is Don Fisher from San Antonio.
What's up, Don?
Hold on, let me turn off this. I guess there's a delay in your program on there.
Just a slight one.
Okay. Yes, this Flynn debacle that, we're experiencing right now. To me, if we do not get rid of the Obama moles in the administration, we're never going to get anywhere.
You're right.
Yep. I'm with you. Shoot the moles. That's what I say. Kill them.
One of the, you read my my email to you about these protesters, and quite frankly, I do not understand why there is no action taken against these people.
Right.
At all.
Right. Look, I tell you this. It might not happen after the first one, but after the third one, there's a whole lot of people that's going to be staying home. You start showing that there's going to be retaliation against these punks, these idiots, these stupid people. You start these Muppet puppets. You start showing that there's going to be some action. Once you start seeing some bodies laying on the ground, then you going out, John? No, man, I got homework, man. I got homework tonight.
And in all fairness, nothing happened in Berkeley. That was to be expected, but D.C. did arrest about 200 of them.
230.
And charged them.
217.
Yeah, but it's this points out how divided this country is, and our president now has a tremendous job to unite this country. And to me, in other words, the police force out in California or in Seattle or in Portland, they must operate like the rest of the country operates. They are not making. They're not on their own, and they act like, they're not responsible to the government or to us.
You know what they're acting like? They're acting like the Democrat Southern states during the Civil Rights Movement. They're acting like they can defy the federal government, and when that happens, and it happens on a large scale, the answer is in the United States Army. The answer is in the 101st Airborne Division, the 82nd Airborne Division, who were both mobilized throughout the South. If it comes down to it, that's how you restore law and order, when you have rogue political power in areas, in states or cities or whatever. And I mean, I wish it wouldn't have to come to that.
You know what's funny, though? And thank you, Don, for your call. You know what's funny is that when they were deployed, you might have heard some rumblings. Man, y'all ain't got to do all that and stuff. But they didn't take them on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When you saw that military hit that town, man, y'all suck. Man, y'all shouldn't be doing this. But you ain't see them take no action against the military, though. You ain't see it. You ain't see it because
very rarely does a soldier get hurt.
Very rarely. You know why? Because they trained. They are trained. Okay, and
once you go against the United States military, unless there's something like, some serious tyranny going on, they're just trying to restore law and order. Once you shoot one of them, you might as well be a Nazi. You might as well be a North Vietnamese army guy, because the rest of them soldiers, you're through. They're not gonna put you on trial. They're gonna put you in a bag.
It is time for some of these letters that y'all have been emailing in. This is from Irina Strimbitsky. I hope I said that right, Irina. Thank you for sending in your email. It's called Shade from Bill O'Reilly, Soros Contributions. Hello, Wayne. I'm a big fan of the show. I'm a big fan of Rush's, but I think your show is better. Dang. Okay, so I wish your show was longer, actually, though. But one thing has come up. Last week, Bill O'Reilly threw a bit of shade at you and Hutch in regards to your reporting of McCain and Ryan's acceptance of Soros's money. Bill is claiming that the individuals who used to work for Soros donated to the two traders after their employment and on behalf of themselves. Basically, at the time the traders took the money, all they knew is individuals donated to them, and these individuals at one time worked for Soros. Either way, I still think that they are traitors, but wanted to let you know that Bill is saying this so you could possibly address this one way or the other.
Bill always gets about 75% of the story right.
Yeah.
What Bill O'Reilly does, Bill O'Reilly never goes deep.
Yeah.
When it comes to current events, he always just goes on the surface, and he always gives everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
I have great respect.
Everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Well,
I have great respect for O'Reilly and his historian qualities. He's a very good historian, but
not better
a
than
lot of times he's a day late and a dollar short.
Yeah, not better than Newt though.
Right.
I don't think there's nobody better than Newt right now.
No. Newt wrote a book, and I haven't read it yet. I need to. If the South would have won the Civil War,
yeah.
I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Let's see, John Haybart. Hey, Wayne, I'm a long-time listener to the show. I like to hear that, long-time listener. Don't you like that?
Especially because it means we've been on a long time.
We've been on a long time, yeah. I'm a long-time listener to the show, and I appreciate all that you and Hutch do for the conservatives and Trump Nation. I came across something today that I thought that you might appreciate. Maxine Waters was the victim of a 12 o'clock prank call by Russian hackers posing as the PM of Ukraine. And then he sent me the YouTube link. Hutch, I'll send that to you tonight. I did watch a little bit of it, and there was just too much Russian talk on there for me. But they had her. They had her. They had Karazine Maxine.
I can't even imagine Maxine Waters knowing what Ukraine was.
Oh, she was like,
"What is that? A neighborhood next to Compton?"
Say it again. Okay, yeah, Putin, yeah. Oh, Hillary was a hero. So yeah, they got her. You know. Let's see. This is anti-Trump resistance go. There is an article on Western journalism. This is from Barb. There is an article on Western journalism about the anti-Trump resistance go. The author, Andrew Kerr, says that the group Occupy Oakland tweeted that they are at war with the government. Hutch, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Right there, that needs to be somebody needs. They need to airdrop somebody in there and just uproot those people. We can't allow this to happen.
It's some stupid stuff, man. They are at war with the government.
I mean, first of all, if you're going to do that and do it in a serious way, you're not going to tell everybody.
That's like, I saw this a long time ago. If you're going to do guerrilla warfare, don't tell people that you're going to use guerrilla warfare. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Hey!
Guerrilla warfare, the commander's a school teacher at the school.
Hey!
You don't know anything else.
We're going to get you. We're going to use guerrilla warfare on Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
We got a covert operation coming up.
And you never know we're coming.
12th of May.
I looked up the definition for sedition, and this is definitely sedition. Why can't the FBI arrest and charge these people? This is the only way that they will be stopped. All of the people that have encouraged the overthrow of the government are guilty of sedition. Arrest them all and build a special prison for them. This is getting really serious. Please talk about this on your show if you can. I got to ease. Look, this is what you do. You arrest all of them. You build an underground prison. If you ain't got no space upground, underground, put it underwater, as a matter of fact. Build an underground prison underwater. Deep. I'm talking about deep.
Nah, put them on a pig farm.
You gonna let the pigs eat them?
The hog farm, you know. Do you ever smell one of those things?
Yeah, I have. Believe me, I have. I lived in the country. God awful smell too. I'm serious, God awful.
No, but the writer is correct though.
No. Barb is right. I mean, they need to be arrested. And hopefully within the next couple of months, the power would be back with the police so that they will start arresting. Now, I say send their stupid tails to Gitmo, but don't give them no food. Don't drop no food in on them. Let them dine on their pee and start eating some of that grass that's out there for a couple months.
You're a tyrant.
I am. I bet you they come back in a couple of months, saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. I bet you. I'm serious. Because you know what? I'm a tyrant because I'm tired of seeing them act up like they're doing. They don't have to do all this. They doing it because they've been watching these movies, man. They've been watching these.
You look at their ages.
Yeah.
They're 18, 20, 21, 22. They've never known anything but Obama.
Nothing.
They've never known law.
That's a shame,
order.
too. That's a shame, Hutch.
It is.
That's a shame.
But it's true. You got to look at their context of what they're looking at. They're
the only thing that they've known
for them to wake up.
The only thing they've known is a gay president.
That's it.
That's it.
No dad, no nothing. The first guy they see.
Oh, he had a dad. Shall I? Shall I?
Yo, Frankie. Frank.
Yeah. Oh, Obama had a dad.
Yo, FM.
Y'all, look, let me tell you something, too. Democrats, y'all played it. I got to give it to you. Man. Y'all played the American people like a banjo. It was dueling banjos, boy, and y'all played it well for 8 years. Y'all hit that.
We had in our corner. We had Paul Ryan in our corner.
That's
we
what
had
I'm talking
John
about.
Boehner.
Yeah.
John McCain. We got these people. Where'd we get these people?
Scared of the shadow, man. Scared of the shadow. I'm telling you, and I also said this last week, too. If they weren't playing footsie in Concubine City with the Democrats for the last 20-some years, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Oh, man.
We wouldn't be in this situation. They're acting like little whores and harlots and stuff, prostitutes, just letting the Democrats just walk on them. Democrats, we want to compromise. Okay, we'll give you everything. That's what I'm talking about.
Did I do good, Chucky? Did I do good?
Yeah.
Sickening.
Republic cowards.
Yeah, it's
Republic cowards. That's what we had. That's what we had, ladies and gentlemen. But what we have right now, we have Donald Trump. We have President Donald Trump, but he can't do it by himself. But now we got freaking leaks in there, huh? Yeah, right.
Get a chief of staff.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Reince needs to go back to, what is it? Kabashku, Wisconsin.
Wherever he's from, just go back.
Kenosha, is that what it is?
That works for me.
All right, Kenosha. He needs to go back to Kenosha, Wisconsin, because he ain't doing the job.
Thanks for your work on the campaign trail. Now, please go away.
Thank you for taking up for Mr. Trump. Thank you for flying on the plane. Thank you for getting him a couple sips of water whenever he was thirsty. Now, take your ass home. Take your ass home. That's right. I am all about liberals taking their ass home. Because sooner or later, if you don't go home under your own volition, somebody's going to be pushing you home.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next chief of staff, Michael Savage.
No way. That'll be something.
We got to get somebody tough in there.
We got to get somebody tough. Yeah, we got to get somebody tough. Somebody to get out in front. Look, I ain't going to take this stuff no more.
Really?
I've been watching y'all do this to this administration, and I'm going to tell you, I'll do it. And I'm black, so the media not going to attack me.
Nah, you're conservative. You're through.
Well, they won't see me at first because I don't exist.
Right.
Hey, John, do you hear something? Yeah. I think we need to listen. He's starting to materialize. Yeah, they do. They need somebody tough. They don't need somebody to walk behind the president like Priebus is doing right now.
Nah, they need somebody like Rahm Emanuel, man. Somebody that will get out there and will go into the cloakroom or whatever and call them out, poke them in the chest.
Rahm was something, though. Rahm was something. Now, he got exiled to Chicago thinking that he was going to do something out there. And the people out there don't even like him. Black people out there don't even like. You got to be a sick individual for black people to hate you in Chicago.
But he still got reelected.
Well, that machine.
Because he's a ruthless dude.
Ain't no black people voting in Chicago.
I'm just saying.
They ain't got time
he's still the mayor.
They ain't got time to.
All that stuff that came out, and it was like the end of the day, Emanuel won. I don't know how he did it.
I do. It's called a machine.
That's the kind of chief of staff we need. We need a warrior.
Yeah, we do. We need a warrior. I'm willing to do it. But you will pay me. I'm taking $1 for a year. That's Trump. I mean,
really,
I love you,
gotta
know.
have somebody that knows how to work Congress too. That
Oh,
you almost need somebody from inside to. I don't know. We need somebody different. That's for sure.
I'll work Congress. I'll work them to death. Wait a minute. Where's my? You know what? I'm gonna pull that clip up. Exactly what we need. Hey, Hutch, talk for a second.
Now, if we get somebody like, and that's why I said Chris Christie. I don't know what if it was the travel gate or the bridge gate that got him exiled, but I think this would be a perfect job for him. I mean, or somebody like him. I mean, this is the kind of personality that you need in that job. To me, Reince Priebus always, who names their kid Reince? But anyway, he's the kind of guy that, you know, behind the scenes kind of guy, you know, maybe a statistician, you know, maybe working with the fundraisers and the donors. But chief of staff, man, in the military, the chief of staff is the boss. I mean, he is the boss. There's two sides. You know, you got the combat side and you got the other staff side, and all the deputy chiefs of staff report to this guy, and you have to get his ear before the commander will ever hear anything you have to say. And he gets out there and he pushes the different areas of interest, you know. I mean, and Congress is certainly one of them. And the confirmation process, Priebus should have been all the way in that. And apparently he wasn't. I mean, this drug on. It's still not finished. It's almost finished now. We're getting there. But now there are so many other appointments that need to be made. And now members of Congress, the leaders, Ryan and Mitchell, McConnell, need to be bullied. Ryan and McConnell need to be not necessarily bullied, but they need to be influenced. And somebody needs to get in there and say, no, Paul, no. Obamacare can't wait for 8 weeks. Tax cuts is not going to wait for 8 weeks. You got to do this now. No, you can't let the Congress go home, or the Senate go home, or the House of Representatives go home. You have to stay here until you get this done, or I'm gonna make a fool out of you. You know, that's the kind of thing that needs to happen.
This is, I know we're running out of time, ladies and gentlemen, but I played this on the show before, and this is the type of person that we really need standing behind Donald Trump right now, because this is the person that we really need, somebody that's got some oomph. Okay, listen.
Dignity. Right. Well, we'll just have to make this all not worthwhile for Mr. Runyon. What have you got on the distinguished gentleman from Illinois?
Pretty good stuff, actually. SEC investigation, 1985.
You got stocks? I want something embarrassing! Something sexual! Little boys, midgets, that sort of thing. Cows, I don't give a goddamn.
Come on, Kermit. If we do that, we're no better than he is.
We are no better than he is.
Look, there's nothing there. He got married when he was 21.
That's what we need, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need somebody that's going to pull out the punches. And look, he knew exactly what he needed to do. Hey, Hutch, how can people reach you on social media? Go.
Hey, SteelCityResistance.blogspot.com. I'm Hutch Bailey Jr. on Facebook. Berg's Eye View on Twitter. Thanks, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wayne Dupree show every night, 9 to 10 p.m. Well, Monday through Friday, 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Gab. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out. God bless.